the most skilled coach I've ever seen, I've ever played for. Hi, my name is Greg Gilmore. I am the varsity boys basketball head coach here at Pioneer High School. I am an alumni and graduate of Los Angeles City College in 2001 and graduated from Crenshaw High School in 1998. It was a great experience playing for Coach Mike Miller. I thought I played for the best coach in my playing career until I got to Los Angeles City College. There I learned so much under Coach Miller. Skills-wise, the best skill coach that I've ever played for. He's just really good. He's a great coach, not just in the sense of basketball, but he teaches us so much about life. He's really tough on us, but it made all of us so much stronger. I think that I've learned so much playing under Coach Mike Miller, and I think that's the reason why I'm here at Pioneer High School right now, coaching. I think that a lot of the things that he taught us, I'm now teaching my guys. And he's just been so great. And not only was not only did he care about what we did on the court, but he cared about what we did off the court. Academics was huge for Coach Miller. He was always checking up on us and our classes, making sure that we had the correct classes to graduate. And that made us feel good as basketball players, that he cared enough about us, to see that we not only played for him, but that we graduated at the end of our experience there at Los Angeles City College. After the basketball season, to be honest with you, although I was a pretty good basketball player, if it had not been for Coach Miller, I don't even think that I would have gone to college after high school. Once I got to Los Angeles City College, it just was, I can't express exactly, how great it was playing there. Not only did we have, a great coach in Coach Mike Miller, but we had great staff in terms of teachers. They were willing to help us out. We had tutoring. Anything that we needed, Coach Miller made sure that we had. And nothing was easy there. We had to go to class. We had to show up. Nothing was easy. A lot of people think of athletes as players. You hear dumb jocks and all those types of things where, players don't even have to show up to class, but we had to be there. And one of the, most important things that I learned from Coach Miller is that, you have to be on time. So not only did we have to be, in class, but we had to be there on time. And, one of the things that, one of the team rules that we had, I remember it, even though it was 10 years ago, is if you're not 10 minutes early, you're 10 minutes late. So we were always, there, and we were always there on time. Otherwise, there were going to be consequences to us, being late. And so that served a positive purpose for me in life. And even today, I use that with my players because I think that that's very important. There is no other coach that works hard like Coach Miller in terms of getting his players athletic scholarships. When I played at Crenshaw, a lot of people would be intimidated by so many different league and championship banners on the wall. And it was almost like that when you walk into the gym at Los Angeles City College. Not only do you see, league championship after league championship after league championship, and I think we won 13, 14 in a row at one point, which is to me unheard of. I'm here trying to win one. I can't even fathom, winning that many. But not only do you see all of those league championships on the wall, but you see so many jerseys of Division I jerseys on the wall that Coach Miller, got his players. And that's not even including, he got NAIA schools, Division II schools that weren't even on the wall. So the wall probably would be fully covered with college jerseys had he put the NAIAs and the Division IIs up there as well. That program there was just ran so well in so many different ways. Like I said, not only did he care, but his coaching staff cared, the teachers there cared. It felt like home. It felt like family. And like I said, if it wasn't for me being at Los Angeles City College, I don't even think that I would have gone to college. And so looking back then and looking back now, I can definitely say that he played a huge part in where I am today and why, I love coaching right now. Coach Miller's players graduated. They graduated on time. And not only that, but the games, usually in junior colleges, especially here in California, you don't get a lot of games that have a lot of people there. But, the gym would be full because we had such a good team. He put good teams together. Just our skill level was so much above everybody else's. And, one of the things that I've experienced now that I am a head coach is, a lot of the players that Coach Miller coached were African American. And the thing about Coach Miller was, normally you get coaches who get a bunch of African American, players together, they throw them out on the floor, and you're just going to play. But not under Coach Miller. Like I said, the most skilled coach I've ever seen, I've ever played for. I thought I was good in high school until I got to Los Angeles City College. And reality hit. How much I needed to work on my defense, how weak my skill level was. And so it was so important for me because I learned so much back then. Now I'm able to transfer that over to, what I'm doing now as a basketball coach. And I wouldn't be able to do that had I not played for Coach Miller. So it just, from me graduating to me winning league championships there, to me, just getting an athletic scholarship, for me that just was so important to me. Not only was it important for me, but my family. I made my family proud. Being able to graduate, them being able to see me play, them being able to, watch me, get an athletic scholarship was so important to them. And, I'm a family guy, so seeing my family happy was something that just did my heart joy. Me getting a scholarship to the Master's College was just huge for me. One, it's a private school, and it costs $26,000 a year just to go there. So I got an opportunity to get a free ride. All of my meals were free. I didn't have to pay for books. I stayed on campus. And my parents would not have been able to afford a school like that. So for me, that was huge. For me to be able to continue my basketball career and be able to continue my education. And not just that, but, Coach Miller, I know Coach Miller worked hard for me to get a scholarship there. One of the, coaches there at the Master's College was one of his former players, Coach John Mosley, who played for Coach Miller. So that was just, I can't express, how much that meant to me, that he went out of his way to, get me a college scholarship. You won't find any coach that is going to get his players scholarships like Coach Miller did. Like I said, it was just unheard of. When I was being recruited, when I walked into the gym, I was even shocked. It just, it seemed like it was something that was too good to be true. But then after, being a part of the program, then you see how special the program actually is. Because you see, how much Coach Miller cares about his players. You see, how much the coaches, his assistants actually cared as well. It just was for me, it was a big family. What made it special was just what I learned as a basketball player, what I learned as a young man. The skills that, Coach Miller taught me were just bar none. And just the expectations we had to win, how hard we had to practice, how hard we had to work. And everything that we did on the court, and I can say that I do with my players now, and I know that for a fact that I learned that from Coach Miller, is whatever, he taught us life lessons on a basketball court that, applied to life outside of basketball. And so for me, that's what made basketball at Los Angeles City College so special. The fact that, you can put both together. You can put basketball and life together. It just was not, we're playing basketball and after basketball game is over, okay, that's it. There was a care there even off the court. Like I said, not just athletically, but academically. Academics was just huge to Coach Miller. And you're a student athlete. You're a student first and an athlete second. And so, and not only did we all graduate, but our GPAs, were good. It's not like we were barely making it. He made sure that we had the tutors necessary to be able to pass our classes. I talked about earlier about if you're not 2 minutes early, you're 10 minutes late. So not only just being in class, but being on time. Just so many things that made that program so special. And like I said, the expectations to win there were so high. I would be lying if I were to say that it's not pressure, because, when you're so successful and you're winning league championship after league championship after league championship, and you're expected to continue to do it, now I see why he made us work so hard in practices, and practices were really, really, really tough. Coach Miller was, I know several people who, when I tell them where I played at, they're surprised. They're like, "You played for him? You lasted playing for him?" But it just was, you had to be a tough-minded player to play for Coach Miller. And if you were weak-minded, it was either two things: you were going to quit, or he was going to make you stronger as a young man. And in turn, that made me stronger. It made me stronger as a person, as a young man. In my job right now. And that's something that I could teach. That's something that I am teaching my players right now. Is that basketball is a life lesson. It's a life lesson. Some of my favorite memories of Coach Miller is for me, although Coach Miller was really tough and really strict, he had a funny side to him, and so he would make us laugh. Of course, it would be at the right times, but he would say things that would make us laugh, and some of my favorite memories would be definitely graduating. Coach Miller setting up the visit for me for the Master's College. Him laughing and joking with me, him telling me, that he can see improvement in my game. For me, that was, as a player, you want to hear that from your coach. And, as tough and strict as he was, hearing that from somebody who is that tough and strict made it even more special for me, because it wasn't just something that was being said, but he could actually see improvement in my game. So when somebody who is tough and strict and has a really, really great basketball program, when he pays you a compliment, for me that's special. And just knowing the fact that he cared about my grades, cared about where I wanted to go after Los Angeles City College. He knows that, most everybody who knows me knows that I'm a Christian young man. And so for me to get a college scholarship, not only to just any school, but to a Christian college, for me, that was heaven for me, because not only could I play basketball, but it was a Christian atmosphere, it was a Christian environment. So it was good for me to be able to be where I felt comfortable. And so, I'm grateful to Coach Miller for that, and, it will always be. One of the most memorable games that I played in was, I think it was my last year at Los Angeles City College against Southwest College, where I hit, I think, 5 or 6 threes. And, one of the things, about Coach Miller is that he utilizes his players, to the max. I was a very good shooter, and he always put me in the right positions for me to be able to do what I do best, which is shoot the basketball. And I think in that game I had, like I said, 5 or 6 threes, and I've done that in several games, but that was the game that stuck out for me. But again, Coach Miller always put me in the best positions for me to be successful as a basketball player.